two big men. I mean, I got to look at the roster one more time to see who's going to replace these guys because they really do not have anyone. Just the fact that they were losing Aldridge and Robin Lopez is really going to hurt the team tremendously. And I don't know how good they are. I don't know how good they're going to be. I can see them being the team out of the West because the West, as we all know, very competitive. You can't mess up. If you're losing so many talent, you're losing so much talent. I just can't see this team making the playoffs. I see the Thunder coming back this year, taking over their spot, or maybe like Phoenix, or maybe even a Utah Jazz. I mean, there's some talented teams I think that are going to be better than Portland this year, and just they've lost too many guys for them to rebound so quickly. I'm looking right now, still looking at this roster. Myers Leonard's going to have to come in there, who's all right, not too bad. Chris Kaman's going to have to step up. Power forwards. I mean, they did get Mason Plumlee, but he's not that great of a scorer. That's the thing. Mason Plumlee, he's honestly, 6-7 points per game in Brooklyn. He was flashy. Could dunk the ball pretty well, but he's not starting material. He really, really is not. So it's a weird situation. They got a bunch of young guys. Chris Kaman's alright, but they don't have a true scorer. A great defender. Really, they just gotta. They got to fix that front court. Front court, more importantly, thank God they have Gerald Henderson. That's going to help them in the back court. But got to fix the power forward center positions right now because losing two very valuable guys to that team that helped them, I think, more. Obviously Aldridge, but I think Lopez, he really did help the team more than people think. So it's going to be interesting. I don't like this. I hope Portland doesn't, collapse, but I can definitely see Portland with the talent being a 500 team. No joke, 500 team. I think Lillard's going to feel like he's going to, especially with his extension, that he's going to have to take a lot more shots, and I think he'll chuck the ball more than people want, and his shooting percentage is going to go down. Teams, they're going to lose more games, and it's just, I don't think it's going to be pretty exciting once we see them next season. So Jimmy Butler, actually, we'll talk about the Knicks' other signing, Aaron Fall. He's all right. Aaron Fall, signed with the Knicks, who also Portland had they traded from Denver right before the trade deadline, and then they obviously just lost him in free agency. He was all right with Portland, was doing good for Denver, averaging like 14.5 for Denver. Portland was only averaging 10.6. All right, not too great. He's a good 3-point shooter, very talented 3-point shooter. Was very good in Orlando. Obviously, he played for Denver beforehand. And, he's a good player. All right. Obviously, he's not going to lead you. He's not going to help you win that many games. He's not, a true star, not going to wow you on the court. He's going to make his shots that he needs to make. A decent addition for the Knicks. Obviously, not one they were hoping for. They were hoping to get a Greg Monroe. Even they were going after Aldridge, and they're trying to go after them at least. Trying to go for these big free agents. Get someone. But now I think their plan is, Phil Jackson and them. I think they're just waiting till next year because the big free agents next year. I'm going to try to find the free agent list for next year because obviously the cap's going up, almost a third. Durant, obviously we know Durant is a free agent next year. So yes, Durant's a free agent. I think CP3 is a free agent. I got to check one more time. Durant, David Lee, big, but Al Jefferson is, Al Horford, Brandon Jennings is, Anthony Davis just re-signed, so he's not anymore. Even Gerald Henderson, all right, decent score, but really the big one, Durant, obviously a big one, but they're going to go hard. Free agency next year, if you can opt out, people are going to opt out. OJ Mayo, decent player, they're going to opt out because they're going to go big and go all in because of the caps going up so much because of the TV deal. It's gonna be a crazy free agency next year. We're really gonna have to follow it hard and see what happens. It's gonna be something. Definitely, it's gonna be something. But I think that's the Knicks' plan is to really wait till next year. Wait till free agency really jumps up a lot and then go all in and try to build a winning team. Obviously, they drafted Porzingis, who I heard he got hurt. I don't know what's going on with him. Tall, lanky dude, drafted 4th overall. We're going to have to wait and see with him. I really don't know. I mean, you can't, these European guys, obviously we heard, oh, they usually are bust, and you just kind of have to wait and see. It's kind of tough to judge European person, especially if you haven't seen them play, which most Americans have not seen Kristaps Porzingis play, so we'll have to wait and see what he does, how he, what happens with him. Honestly, in my opinion, I think he should have drafted Mudiay. The Knicks should have drafted Mudiay. I think, but once again, he did play overseas, so I didn't see him fully. I watched a couple of highlights of him. And, great shooting. But, we're just going to have to wait and see what's going on with the Knicks. This is a process. We have a caller right now. It is Chris from Franklin Lakes. What's up, Chris? Chris, you're on Sports Talk with Matt.
Yeah, you're talking about the Knicks next year. They want all these free agents and stuff. Why do these free agents want to come to New York if they want to come this year? What's different for the Knicks? They need to do something this year,
Yeah, but we have to understand the cap is going up almost 30% because of the TV deal, so they can offer more money and, lure more free agents. They'll be able to get more free agents next year and really go in and try to get as many people as they can, especially stars.
Yeah, I know they're going to try to go in next year, but I just don't know how many good years Melo has left. He's aging, he's getting all these injuries. I think Knicks need to do something now. They need to go either way because on one hand, they got Melo, who's still a very, very good NBA player when he's healthy, but he's aging. But then you're going the other way. You got Porzingis, where he's a young guy who probably won't at least won't be a good player for the next couple of years. So you got to choose which way to go. You can't be stuck in the middle right here. That's going to end up hurting the Knicks.
I mean, look, they did. They basically blew up the whole team last year, trading Shumpert, trading J.R. Smith. They were basically nothing, just kind of clearing cap to sign free agents. And they're starting from scratch here. They traded Tim Hardaway. They got CJ Jeremy Grant. I forget his first name. I can't say it, but you know what I'm talking about. And Kristaps, they're really trying to. I think they're starting to build up, and as they're building up, I think they're going to try to get free agents in, especially next year when the cap goes up. I think it's that kind of plan. Develop your players at the same time. Try to get stars. Try to get veterans in so they can improve.
Yeah, I see that though, but if that was their plan, why wouldn't they have drafted someone like Winslow or Kaminsky or someone who could contribute immediately off the draft?
I don't think you're going to draft Kaminsky at 4th overall. You're not going to draft Kaminsky. Winslow, maybe we'll see what happens because he is pretty talented. But I think where he was 8 to 10, that's probably where Winslow was going to get picked anyway. You did have an offer from the Suns. Trade your 4th pick for Bledsoe. If you really wanted a good point guard, you could have got Bledsoe. The Knicks could have got him, I should say, but it's just, it's what the Knicks decide. They want to build up with Melo, and they need obviously another star, but Melo's gonna have to learn, to kind of give the ball a little bit, and he can't take every shot for the team.
Yeah, Melo can't take every shot for the team, but right now he has no help. He has no there's no one on the Knicks that could consistently score right now. They sign Robin Lopez, that was a good sign, but he's not a consistent scorer. He's more of a defensive guy. Hopefully he can do something. Hopefully Porzingis can score. But right now, the Knicks really don't have that many more options on offense right now.
I'll tell you what, Chris. I think we just have to wait and see. Let's see what more Phil Jackson thinks is going to happen, and let's see if his plan works or what he's planning to do. It's just going to be interesting.
I hope so.
Do you want to talk about anything else, Chris?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you for calling. All right, so caller there. So yeah, I mean the Knicks. It's a weird situation. They really, it's a disaster there. It truly is a disaster there. I just have to wait and see. It's a confusing process. I'm not sure the plan. We'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Jimmy Butler, he's staying with the Bulls. Very good signing. I was expecting him to stay. I could not see him going to L.A. To the Lakers. Jimmy Butler is a good player, good offensive player, and obviously his points went from 13 points per game to 20 points per game. Really, and his shooting it's good shot, pure form. It is great. I love his shooting form and swishes the basket every time. Very good shooter and really worked on his game there, which is very, very impressive to jump from that much. It might have helped that it was a contract year, but, signing 5 years, $90 million, very good for, good for him, good for the Bulls. You need to keep that team intact, especially with the new coach there. Try to keep as many guys as you can. Obviously Pau staying, Joakim Noah, D Rose, they're all staying. It's just gonna, it's gonna help the team a lot. And I expect them to stay in the same area they were this year, maybe a fourth, third seed. I'm not sure about the Eastern Conference Finals. Good team, but we'll have to wait and see. Kevin Love, also another guy who's staying. A lot of people who there were rumors who were free agents. Kevin Love, Jimmy Butler. They were guys who were rumored to either go. Both guys rumored to go to the Lakers. The Lakers really pushed hard for a bunch of guys, and then they really didn't get anybody. They had to trade for Roy Hibbert. So, a bunch of, the Lakers pushing for a bunch of guys, and, these guys both stayed, which was a little shocking. I was surprised Love stayed. Love was 50-50 to me. 5 years, $110 million. I was shocked that the Cavs offered him that much. I was expecting, 2-year, opt out the first year if you want, so then when the cap goes up, you can get as much money as you want. Kevin Love, look, Kevin Love, obviously, we all saw it. He struggled last year. It was not a great year for Kevin Love at all. Going from 26 points, 26-12 last year to 16-9. Obviously, some issue was going on. Obviously, he's playing with Kyrie, he's playing with LeBron, not going to get as many touches. But it looked like almost that he was lost. The offense wasn't running through him. The way he would score was get scrappy points, or if the play went down, they passed it out to him. Maybe he'll take a three. It was not, a fish. He wasn't in the lineup. Blatt was concentrating more on LeBron. LeBron kind of taking over, and Kyrie. Kevin Love was kind of the odd man out, I should say, and it was kind of awkward. The team almost did better without him in the playoffs. Look, they gave him a lot of money. They must. He must feel confident with the team that he can win with Cleveland. They must feel confident in him. Maybe they'll work the offense with him because we saw it in Minnesota. He's a talented dude. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, he's just good for being on a bad team." He's just good on a bad team. Look, we have to see because I truly think he has the talent. Can really spread the court out, take advantage of that. Kevin Love can hit threes. Kyrie can hit threes. They can take advantage of the court being spread out that much, especially LeBron. If the court's spread out that much, LeBron is got more. There's more chances of him going 1-on-1 with the guy because it's harder for the defenders who are out on the perimeter to help. So look, this is interesting to see. And if someone does help, just pass it out, which I'm expecting. That's what I was expecting, and didn't really see it all too much. It was more 1-on-1 isolation. Blatt was a little unorganized with that stuff. But if they run the offense through those three guys, especially Love a lot more, they can really dominate, and they really can, win the title. Yes, they lost 4-2. Obviously those guys were hurt, but Love healthy, Kyrie healthy. This could be a very, it's going to be a very good team. This is a team that really can win it all, and really contest with Golden State once again. All right, so Kevin Love, he's staying. We talked about Aaron Aflalo, Raul Lopez, both going to the Knicks. Also Derek Williams. He's whatever. He's been a bust. Went number 2 overall and hasn't done anything at all. He's been on, I think, 3 teams. I want to say. Because he was Sacramento, was drafted by Minnesota. Paul Pierce, we saw going to the Clippers, joining Doc Rivers once again. He's kind of going for a final run here to win it all with CP3. Look, he's a clutch player. He's still got he can still score. Even watching him in Brooklyn last year, he still got it. Good shooter still. Clutch. We saw him clutch a bunch of times this year for the Wizards. He's a good, solid player that can score. Obviously he's not the Paul Pierce that we saw, years ago. He's not that guy anymore. He's in 30. He's going to be turning 38 this year. He's going to get you 12 points per game. He's going to help them. He's going to help the team though. Definitely. Both on the court, off the court, being an example. He's from LA. So this, that helped him to, joining the Clippers. He'll be finishing his career with the Clippers. I'm expecting if he signed a 3-year deal. Which is when he'll be 40 when the contract ends. So this will be interesting. I think they're just really paying for him now because this is, they got to go all in. They have to go all in. and just, go all in and try to win now, because it's going to be harder as